brothers and sisters. Imagine leaving behind everything you know, your home, your wealth, your family, your memories, just to protect your faith. Imagine walking away from the city where you grew up, knowing that danger is chasing you, yet your heart is filled with trust in Allah. This was the Hijrah, the migration of Prophet Muhammad from Makkah to Medina. The Hijrah was not just a change of place. It was a turning point in history. It was a moment of sacrifice, courage, and unshakable faith in Allah. Today, we will revisit this powerful journey and discover how its lessons can transform our own lives as Muslims in today's world. The story of the Hijrah begins in Makkah, where the Prophet and his companions faced years of hardship. The Quraysh persecuted the Muslims severely. They mocked them, tortured the weak, and boycotted entire families. For 13 years, the Prophet called people to Islam in Makkah, yet the hostility only grew stronger. When the people of Medina embraced Islam and invited the Prophet to their city, it was a moment of hope, but migration was not easy. The Quraysh plotted to assassinate the Prophet in his own home. That night, Allah commanded the Prophet to leave Makkah. The Prophet asked his beloved companion, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, to join him. Together, they set out on the most historic journey in Islam. The Quran beautifully captures the moment when they hid in the cave of Thor. Abu Bakr was worried as the Quraysh searched nearby. He said, "If they look down, they will see us." But the Prophet replied with complete trust in Allah, "Do not be sad. Indeed, Allah is with us." Surah At-Tawbah 9:40. This verse reminds us that even in the darkest moments, when danger surrounds us, the believer never loses hope, because Allah is always with us. After days of hardship, the Prophet and Abu Bakr arrived safely in Medina. The Muslims there welcomed them with joy and love, and this marked the beginning of a new chapter for Islam. The Hijrah was not just a physical journey. It was the foundation of the Muslim Ummah, a community built on faith, brotherhood, and sacrifice. So, what can we learn from this powerful event? The Hijrah holds timeless lessons for every believer. Let us reflect on a few. 1. True faith means trusting Allah completely. When the Prophet and Abu Bakr were in the cave, they had no weapons, no army, no worldly power. Yet, the Prophet remained calm. Why? Because his trust in Allah was stronger than any fear. This teaches us that no matter what challenges we face, whether financial struggles, health problems, or personal hardships, we must place our trust in Allah. As Allah says, "And whoever relies upon Allah, then he is sufficient for him." Surah At-Talaq 65:3, practical takeaway. When you feel anxious about your future, remind yourself that your rizq, provision, and your destiny are in Allah's hands. Do your best, but leave the results to him. 2. Sacrifice is a price of faith the Sahaba left behind their homes, their businesses, and their families in Makkah. Some migrated secretly at night. Others were captured and tortured. Yet, they chose Allah over comfort. This is a reminder that being a true Muslim may require sacrifice. Maybe it's sacrificing haram income for the sake of halal. Maybe it's sacrificing our time for Salah or Quran. Maybe it's sacrificing harmful habits to live closer to Allah. Practical takeaway. Ask yourself, what am I willing to give up for Allah's pleasure? Because the more we sacrifice for him, the more he blesses our lives. 3. Brotherhood and unity build strong communities. When the Prophet arrived in Medina, he established brotherhood between the Muhajirin, migrants, and the Ansar, helpers. The Ansar shared their homes, their wealth, and their food with their new brothers in faith. This spirit of unity is what made the Muslim Ummah strong. Today, we must revive this. Too often, we are divided by nationality, race, or status. But the Hijrah teaches us that the bond of La ilaha illallah is stronger than anything else. Practical takeaway. Support your brothers and sisters in need, whether financially, emotionally, or spiritually. Unity is our strength. 4. Struggles lead to victory. The Hijrah was filled with danger and pain, but it was also the doorway to success. In Medina, the Muslims found peace, built a community, and eventually spread Islam across the world. This shows us that hardships are not the end. They are often the beginning of greater blessings. Allah tests us with struggles to prepare us for growth. Practical takeaway. Next time you face a difficulty, Remind yourself, perhaps this is a Hijrah moment of my life, a struggle that will lead me to something greater. 5. Prioritize faith over the world. The Sahaba had to choose between Makkah, their beloved homeland, and their faith in Allah. They chose faith, and Allah gave them far more than what they left behind. The Prophet said, "Whoever leaves something for the sake of Allah, Allah will replace it with something better." Musnad Ahmad, practical takeaway. Don't cling to worldly attachments that distance you from Allah. If you give them up for His sake, Allah will grant you peace and blessings you never imagined. My dear brothers and sisters, the Hijrah was more than a migration. It was a legacy of sacrifice, faith, and unity. It reminds us that Islam spread not through wealth or power, but through the courage and trust in Allah of those early Muslims. In our own lives, we may not be asked to leave our homes, but we are asked to make Hijrah from sin to obedience, from despair to hope, from weakness to strength. Each of us has a personal Hijrah to make. So let us hold tightly to the lessons of the Hijrah. Trust Allah, sacrifice for His sake, stay united, and never give up in the face of struggles. If this story inspired you, then don't keep it to yourself. Share with others so they too can learn from the Hijrah. And if you'd like more stories of faith, sacrifice, and inspiration from Islam, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next reminder. May Allah guide us, strengthen us, and make us among those who truly live by the lessons of the Hijrah. Ameen.